Good afternoon. I'm in conversation with chef and actor Ranveer Brar. He's a man who wears several hats. He's also a multi-hyphenate. So I'm not going to ask you the very obvious question, actor or a chef. I think it's a chef, definitely. But it's so nice to see you reinvent yourself like this, Ranveer.
Yeah. No, I just feel like I was saying, it's just one life, right? And eventually, it's all roles that we play. We play the role of a dad. We play the role of a husband. We play the role of a son. We play the role of a chef. Eventually, life's about roles we play, right? So why not act out those roles?
Right. And you, I have to say, you do look like an actor, though, with your lanky figure. But I see you more in a gritty, dark crime kind of series. Am I totally wrong, or should we put the word out there?
Everybody sees me like that. You know, there is no chance of me getting a romantic lead, because everybody, people look at me and say, negative, grey, slotted.
So sad, really. I think I'm the only one who saw that in you.
Nahi. Story of my life.
The story of your life where you are immediately slated a villain. That is just so, isn't that a good thing or a bad thing?
I love it.
OTT
I love it. Where else in real life you don't get to be a villain. So I absolutely love it. I initially thought there's this thing about negative characters and this, that. But the more I navigate them, the more I get to navigate grey, which, in real life, especially as Indians, we like black and white. We don't like navigating the grey. No? Our television is black or white. There is no grey. There is no Game of Thrones.
Thank God for that. Yes,
and that is why I absolutely love playing these negative characters, or at least living these negative characters, to understand where they're coming from, to navigate their grey.
Right.
And मेरे को तो मजा आ रहा है.
No, Nicole Kidman in an interview said she played a woman who was abused in a marriage. So apparently after every day of the set, she used to come home and break plates just to get it out of the system. Do you have such a process or no?
Yeah, no. So the thing is, some parts where sort of I think I get an advantage or a head start is because I've done enough television. So there's an on-off button, right?
Lovely.
The camera goes on, I go on, the camera goes off.
You switch off.
I switch off.
All right.
So that's more from my earlier training of being 11 years being in front of the camera. So I have learned to switch off like that. And even if the character stays inside me, I trust the character to leave at the right time and leave the best with inside of me, which is something that I thought was impossible. But it has happened to me, and I and that's why I've sort of started liking this whole idea about acting.
Really? Well, and you chose the best. I feel Hansal Mehta should start a masterclass or an acting school, because I love talking to him even. Just talking to him, I'm like, oh God, he knows so much more about cinema, people. And he truly cares about what you think, which I don't know whether many filmmakers do genuinely care. I just feel he does. In your case, is that why is there a good rapport between you two?
Yeah, he loves food, right?
Yeah, so he just loved your food.
He loves food. So that's a great conversation point for the both of us to jam. And it started from there, his love for food. Even when we were shooting Model of Mumbai, all the food was actually cooked, and we waited till the food got cooked. So his love.
So it was not like plastic stuff.
नहीं कुछ नहीं.
No, it was authentic. I
we
think everybody.
मैंने 20 किलो निहारी पकाई है मॉडल ऑफ मुंबई में. I always tell him कि सर आपने ये जानबूझ के किया है, just to make sure you get Ranveer's recipe of nihari out.
It finally did. He did.
He did, and he cooked it, and he sent me a picture and said, "Dekh."
Does he make a mean nihari now?
He makes a super mean nihari. He's an amazing cook.
He's an amazing cook.
So that's where we connect. I think our connection starts from food, all things fine, music, and then it's just easier. There's a certain trust that builds post that. Also, what I absolutely love about him is that he very strongly believes, not just for the sake of it, that creativity is a collaborative process. He believes in at least listening to you and collaborating to create the best. And that, I think, is as a creative individual myself, these are values that you learn to really appreciate.
Acha, so you did learn from it. What about cooking in the kitchen? What kind of skills did it help you to act? Like, what techniques did you bring? because I feel kitchen is equally stressful. I feel that's the pressure point there. I love watching all these shows, and I feel I wish I was in one of them where you throw a knife. You're not the knife throwing chef. I know.
No, I used to
You're
be at one point in
gentle.
time.
Really, you have
Yeah.
anger management issues. I love it.
Yeah.
Rage issues are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, when you're young, you sort of want to prove yourself to the world. When you cross 45, you're like, it is what it is. But I think kitchen is a sort of, it's a glimpse of life.
Yes.
All put together.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a euphoric glimpse of life. The highs are really high, the lows are really low, you know. So, yes, if you are a chef, it is actually life training, you know. So you experience certain emotions that you can only experience while acting. So और वो एक range बोलते हैं ना हम लोग.
Yeah.
Acting में range की बात करते हैं ना. You sort of get to experience that range in a kitchen,
Right.
between the highs and the lows, and then the rest is up to you. How much do you modulate it and let out? But yes, I strongly believe these are very intense and powerful places,
Really.
which make you experience life.
You know, it teaches you life skills, I think, right? Being in a kitchen, there's always and also managing people. I think it teaches you people management skills more than anything, right?
Yeah, it makes you, like I said, it makes you a people watcher.
People watcher. That's what.
You know, and observation is very important to being an actor itself. So whether it is your staff or whether it is the people who eat your food, it's just you know, you're always looking for that first reaction. When somebody sits on a table, you're also trying to understand. Ladke aaya hai, you know, has he had a fight? And so you're always people watching. You're always people watching.
Right.
And you know, like I said, observation is the fuel of any actor.
Of course.
So it just helps.
It really did. You also signed on the second project. First project I thought was just a shot in the dark. Hansel Mehta thought, let's take a risk on him for your Niharis, of course. We know why. But the second one, that shows faith, Mister. That shows faith. And coming from Hansel Mehta, he's a tough. I mean, he may look very gentle and very nice, but he knows what he's doing. So was it a sense of validation for you, Ranveer?
No.
No.
Sense of validation is when he will come to me and say, you did a good job.
He hasn't said
You
that.
know? No. He. So like you said, he is a very gentle person, but when he's behind that monitor with his headphones on, he's a different guy. He's on the job.
Really?
And all he will say is, close up card do. You know?
Wow.
So that,
Sounds brutal.
yeah, but that's the beauty of it. And then when he's off work and he's sitting down having a conversation with you, it's a different person. So जब वो बोलेंगे ना कि तूने अच्छा काम किया, that probably will be a sense of validation.
Okay, that's yet to come
That's
though.
yet to.
What about from Kareena Kapoor Khan, who I feel looks very effortless when she acts. I'm pretty sure, and she seems like when she walks around, fashion comes effortlessly to her. I feel you are more you calculate things, right? So was that fun?
I'm an
to see
overthinker.
somebody?
Yeah, I'm an overthinker.
You
I'm
think.
an overthinker.
Oh, I see.
I have to run a scenario many times in my head to sort of not just create a course of action, but just look at all possible scenarios and react accordingly. But effortlessness is just you use the right word. I think the effortlessness with which Kareena works is outstanding.
No, it takes you back as well because it looks like some people write effortlessly. Some people have to think. They need a quiet spot.
Yeah.
They need a dark room or 7 M&Ms.
I am assuming that there's a process behind that effortlessness as well.
You want to believe.
Yeah, because how can इतना सारा talent कैसे हो सकता है यार?
It's just not fair.
It's not fair.
I don't know, but in your case, what's your process like? Have you discovered your acting process? Sounds very serious, but it's not, I'm sure.
No, I haven't. For me, again, I'd like to sort of understand the character and have a complete backstory to the character, a complete understanding of the character. Not necessarily, you don't necessarily talk about it, but then understanding the character, creating that character in my head is a really important part of what I do. And a lot of times when you're sitting on an airport in crowded areas, you see those characters that either you've played or you've seen in a movie.
Yes.
Or you imagine how they would react to certain scenarios. That's it. You just start sort of spending time with the character.
Yeah.
And something when the camera rolls, with trial and error, you sort of feel that, hey, this is the right fabric.
Yeah.
This is the हंस सर बोलते हैं ना ये सुर सही है. So
He says
आपको
that?
सुर हाँ आप सुर पकड़ लेते हैं फिर.
I see. MasterChef must have kind of helped you, right? Because I've been on MasterChef Australia, by the way, on one of the episodes when they shot at the Atlantis, and it was the most boring experience of my life. You just have to sit and pretend to eat. I'm like, is that what we're doing? And I'm like, for the chefs, for you. And I saw all the celebrity chefs and they edited so well. It's beautifully edited. But man, it's a boring process. Do you find that? You don't have to say it's a boring process. Did it help you? Like just the patience bit of it?
Yeah, I think so. For me, MasterChef, how it really helps is you have to react real time.
Okay.
Right?
It's captured.
Yeah. So I think that that it's not stand and stir cooking where you're looking at the camera and saying, आज ये बनाएंगे. You have to react real time. The other person can react any way they want.
Uh-huh.
So the alertness or the on-camera presence that a reality show like MasterChef demands, that makes you a better professional. Because you can't sleep, right? Because it's not going to be edited, and it's unfair that somebody is sort of expecting you to react and you're zoned out.
Yeah.
That I think is the beauty I take back from MasterChef.
Oh, really? And you're happy with the way your life as a chef and perhaps
So
being a multi-hyphenate shaping up? Are you like?
I never really planned for this, anyways. So whatever
it's all fate. It's fate accompli.
But yeah, it is fate. No, who would have thought? I never acted in a single play in school. Yeah.
No way.
Sachi.
Even as a villain?
No,
Come on.
no.
I'm just kidding. No, seriously. So there's just everything just happening to you organically.
Yeah.
Even starting a restaurant in Dubai, it is kismet, is it?
Kismet.
Really?
Yeah, there's only two things that matter in life: a good korma and good kismet.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. So tell me, what was the reaction of the people trying your food? By the way, your paneer with the sun-dried tomato, I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
It was spot on.
Thank you.
But you need to tell me, were you happy with their reaction? Is it stressful? Is it exam time for you?
Yeah, no, it is exam. See, there are the good and the bad is that everybody will say the food is good. You are the one who has to find the faults. Right? So my job is never to accept that the food is good.
Okay.
Because if I do that, then I have nothing to take back and tell these guys on places to improve. So while the reaction is the food is good, sort of the probing is always, but I think this can be a little better.
Okay.
But I think that sun-dried tomato could have been pastier. It's a little too chunky.
Oh, I see. No, it wasn't. I'm telling you, it was the right pieces of chunks in there.
Yeah.
No. But well done. And are you happy? Because there's so many restaurants opening up, mushrooming in Dubai. I'm finding it difficult to keep up, honestly. So it takes a very brave man, and I know that you guys are brave. It's a gamble, right?
It is a stupid or brave.
Stupid or brave. No, I want to believe in the latter, that you are brave. But tell me, were you scouting as well? Because so many Michelin-starred restaurants here.
No scouting. I was shooting for MasterChef in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
These guys came and met and they said, well, this is what it is. I said, but I don't want to do this. And then my wife said, hey, why don't you? Right sort of people, right sort of place. मैंने कहा अब करते हैं, and then if we're doing it, then let's not just sort of wet our feet. Let's just dive deep in.
Yeah.
So we dived in.
You really dove in. You're right here, looking at everything and seeing everything. And Dipya was telling me as well. You've been here, looking at everything. It goes to perfection, right?
मतलब all of us are getting older, right? The reality is.
5 is not older.
Okay, ठीक है.
It's like me. It sounds like me. 42. I keep telling my kids, "Oh God, I'm going to die soon." Times.
No, I'm saying the chances that life is going to give us, as time passes, we really learn to appreciate the chances that we get. the opportunities that we get, and we want to give our 100% to those. The level of carelessness when you're, or the nonchalance when you're
Yes.
25 versus when you're 45 is different. So I just want to sort of, at least give it my best.
Yes.
That's the thought.
Okay, brilliant. But you've done so well. Thank you so much for talking to us. And I really hope your acting career also takes off, because that's what fascinates us. Because it's so lovely to see somebody try it out, try things out.
Yeah.
And even if the critics are mean, it's okay. I'm sure we can always.
Yeah. Nahin, that's the last thing. As, being a chef teaches you one thing: be shameless. So that is, like you said, kitchen lessons are life lessons. If you let everything get to you, you can't be a chef. So that is ingrained in our genes.
Okay.
Everybody do their thing, say their thing. You shamelessly carry on doing what you want to do.
I love it. Here is to being shameless for another decade. And don't consider yourself old, sir. I feel old. 45?
Yeah.
But that's it. And you've done so much. Well done, you.
Thank you.
So proud. And thank you for that wonderful paneer with the perfect sun-dried tomatoes. I promise.
You.